Hello, my name is Lê Kim Phúc. So today I will talk two parts is about a haiku, and the second part is about a novel named Wuthering Heights. Haiku. Nation mourns is lost. Leader's spirit, stars above. Legacy endures. This haiku expressed the collective grief of a nation upon the passing of its leader, Comrade Nguyễn Phú Trọng, the General Secretary of the Vietnamese Communist Party. The image of the leader's spirit ascending to become stars symbolizes their eternal presence and the enduring impact of their contributions. The final line, legacy endures, emphasizes the continuation of their work and the hope of the bright future guided by their efforts. Wuthering Heights is the only novel by the English author Emily Bronte, initially published in 1847 under her pen name Alice Bailey. It concerns two families of the landed gentry living on the West Yorkshire moors, the Earnshaws and the Lintons, and their turbulent relationships with their Earnshaw's foster son, Heathcliff. The novel was influenced by Romanticism and Gothic fiction. Wuthering Heights is now widely considered to be one of the greatest novels ever written in English, but contemporaneous reviews were polarized. It was controversial for its depictions of mental and physical cruelty, including domestic abuse, and for its challenge to Victorian morality, religion, and the class system. Wuthering Heights was accepted by publisher Thomas Newby, along with Anne Bronte, Agnes Grey, before the success of their sisters Charlotte Bronte's novel Jane Eyre, but they were published later. After Emily's death, Charlotte edited the second edition of Wuthering Heights, which was published in 1850. It has inspired an array of adaptations across several media, including English singer-songwriter Kate Bush's song of the same name. About the plot. In 1801, Mr. Lockwood, the new tenant of Thrushcross Grange in Yorkshire, pays a visit to his landlord, Heathcliff, at his remote moorland farmhouse, Wuthering Heights. And then there, he meets the reserved young woman, later identified as Katie Linton, Joseph, and a cantankerous servant, and Hareton, an educated young man who speaks like a servant. Everyone is sullen and inhospitable, snowed in for a night. Lockwood needs the diary of the former inhabitant of his room, Catherine Earnshaw, and has a nightmare in which a ghostly Catherine begs to enter through the window. Awakened by Lockwood's fearful yells, Heathcliff is troubled. Lockwood later returns and Thrushcross Grange, in heavy snow, falls ill from the collar and becomes bedridden. While he recovers Earnshaws Lockwood housekeeper Ellie Nellie Dean tells him the story of the strange family. About the main character, there really a complicated relationship between the two families, the Earnshaw and the Linton. I just talk about four main characters. The first is Heathcliff, a foundling from Liverpool who is taken by Earnshaw to Wuthering Heights, where he is reluctantly cared for by a family and spoiled by his adoptive father. He and Mr. Earnshaw's daughter, Catherine, grow close, and their love is the central theme of the first volume. His revenge against the man she chooses to marry and its consequences are the central theme of the second volume. Heathcliff has been considered by Byronic hero, but critics have pointed out that he reinvents himself at various points, making his character hard to fit into a single type. He has an ambiguous position in society, and his lack of status is underlined by the fact of Heathcliff is both his given name and his surname. The character of Heathcliff may have been inspired by Branwell Bronte, an alcoholic and an opium addict. He would have indeed terrorized Emily and her sister Charlotte during frequent crises of delirium treatments, and that affected him a few years before his death. Even though Heathcliff has no alcohol or drug problems, the influence of Branwell's character is likely, although the same could be paid, perhaps more appropriately, of Hindley Earnshaw and Linton Heathcliff. The second character is Catherine Earnshaw. First introduced to reader after her death, through Lockwood's discovery of her diary and comments. The description of her life is confined almost entirely to the first volume. She seems unsure whether she is born to become more like Heathcliff or aspires to be more like Edgar. Some critics have begged that her decision to marry Edgar Linton is the allegorically a rejection of nature and a surrender to culture, a choice with unfortunately faithful consequences for all the other characters. She dies hours giving birth to Herbert. And all the characters I can name is Edgar Linton, Ellie Dean, Isabel Linton, Hindley Earnshaw, Hareton Earnshaw, Keith Linton, Linton Heathcliff, and other characters like Francis, Mr. and Mrs. Earnshaw, Mr. and Mrs. Linton. For the social environment, the novel starkly contrasts the lives of the wealthy and the working class, exploring themes of the social inequality and aspiration. For the rural life, the story is set in a rural environment where nature and its elements are integral to the characters' lives and emotions. For the atmosphere, the novel atmosphere mirrors the wild and unpredictable nature of the moors. It is filled with passion, violence, and the sense of brooding intensity. The haunting setting, supernatural occurrences, and obsessive characters contribute to the Gothic atmosphere. So that's the end of the recap. I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for watching.